Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually making a fourth video today. That is because I think this is part of a crucial thing on why everything is being kind of the way it is, but also at the same time how normal people are actually fighting back against the actual lunacy that is the far left, and things are going to be changing. I think things will change in the next few years. There might be a bit unstableness happening in the next few years, honestly. I would say next few years because depending on what happens in the midterms and then what happens in the 2020, I would say 5 or 26, give or take, because the new president has to come in and hopefully it's all good by then. That we'll see hopefully a lot of big changes, but people are also fighting back, which is a good thing. So guys, let's get right into the article. Don't let them erase you. Bette Midler angers woke mob for blasting terms birthing people and menstruators and warns women we are being stripped of our rights over our bodies. Bette Midler, 76, sparked anger on Monday by saying that women were being erased with the use of words such as birthing people. She was accused of being transphobic, and critics rushed to point out what that it did not need to be a choice between supporting women or trans people. Martina Navratilova, one of the first openly gay sportswomen, backed Midler, however, joking, "Careful, bait, you will be called a transphobic too, or worse." Navratilova has sparked her own claims of transphobia by arguing that trans swimmer Leah Thomas should not be allowed to race against women, which I 100% agree. Bette Midler has infuriated supporters of transgender rights by claiming that the word women is being erased in favor of woke terms such as birthing people and menstruators. The 76-year-old actress and gay icon tweeted on Monday, "Women of the world were being stripped of our rights over our bodies, our lives, and even our name." I would 100% agree. I mean, come on, let's look at it. I'm not going to say that the Roe v. Wade is part of stripping your rights because that didn't really happen. But, yeah, they want to remove the word women. They want to remove the word, honestly, just men in general. And then they want to remove they want to remove anything that qualifies for being a woman at all, period. And the fact that we have some people trying to glorify this is insanity. I mean, some of it is because of the women's fault because they didn't see this coming, which is kind of sad, honestly. But then at the same time, this is the case that we're in, and we can fight back, but it looks like we are. But it's going to take some time, right? She added that don't call us women anymore. They call us birthing people or menstruators, even people with vaginas. Don't let them erase you. Every woman, every human on Earth owes you. Midler's comments generated a swift reaction with 11,000 retweets and 61,000 likes in less than 12 hours. She appeared to be referring to a New York Times opinion piece published Sunday that saw columnist Pamela Paul blast the use of terms such as birthing people and menstruators. Yeah, well, that's what we need to do, guys. We need to absolutely destroy and laugh and make birthing people and menstruators completely irrelevant and gone. That's what we need to do. That's the way to fight back. Because, again, these words are being used to erase a specific group of people. And what happens is, once we do this, we cannot identify or know what people are what, or etc., etc., and this causes huge issues. Again, the same thing with the, what we would say, the, God, what is wrong with me? It's gonna come to me. It is going to come to me, and when it does, I promise you, I will, oh, there we go, puberty blockers, there we go, puberty blockers, yep, that's the word, puberty blockers, and the same thing there to where they're not telling you the true information on what they do, and they can sterilize you, etc., etc., and you have people trying to bring out this lie. Unfortunately, they can't bring out this lie anymore because thanks to Matt Walsh's What is a Woman and all these other things coming out, you're kind of seeing the reality of, maybe we probably shouldn't be doing this. Supporters say the controversial terms are inclusive of transgender men and non-binary people, but critics say that they effectively erase another historically oppressed minority, women. Well, they're not. Women are not oppressed. Okay, guys, they're not oppressed. Not today, at least. In the past, yeah, sure, they were oppressed. All right, yeah, they were oppressed. Now they're definitely not oppressed. So let's just get that oppression out of here. Past, yeah. Oppressed? Today? No. Sorry. One of the person groups in the nation. Tennis icon Martina Navratilova, who has herself angered trans activists by questioning whether it's fair to let trans women compete in some sports, was among Miller's supporters. She said, "Careful, Bate, you will be..." I don't actually know how to pronounce this. I'm going to try to do the best that I can. "You will be called transphobic too, or worse," she said, with the horrified emoji. And then we have this right here. And then we have that here. "I'm excited about drinks with some birthing people I went to school with. We are having proper menstruations night out. Let me know when this happens. Right now, it's just a kind of nod to inclusion of a tiny minority." Again, you are a lunatic because you are, again, not birthing people. I agree with you on this. Is your account hacked? Also, where were you when women of the world were being forced and coerced to get a vaccine jabbed into their bodies? Okay, I mean, not wrong. Definitely not wrong. I mean, rightfully criticized, I say. Comedian Shepard Curtis joked, "I'm excited about..." Okay, and then go on to say, but as predicted, thousands of others quickly descended on the famous liberal Midler to accuse her of bigotry. "No," said Irish drag queen and gay rights activist Dr. Panty Bliss Cabra. "Don't follow the anti-trans panic fake nonsense. No one is erasing women." Yes, they are. Yes, they are. "In a few small healthcare cases where appropriate, they are nursing trans-inclusive language. That's all." Yeah, which you don't want us to use. We have actively seen to where if people do not use your words, you will ban them or punish them from society. We have seen this. Why can't Dave Rubin say anything, and why was he suspended off Twitter? Why can't Jordan Peterson say anything, and he's been suspended off Twitter? No. You're actively trying to remove people and a specific group of people out of society. That is what you're doing. Get the hell out of here. Derry Girls actress Sylvian McKinney replied, "This isn't true." As Dr. Jackie Lewis, senior minister at the Meadow Collegiate Church in New York, said it did not need to be a them or us scenario. "Using gender-inclusive language does not deny my womanhood," she said. "Liberation is collective." Author Channing Prescott-Westing tweeted, "The stupidity of TERF and semantics knows no bounds." TERF stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminists, and is a term used to describe women who don't believe that transgender women should be afforded all sex-based protection rights that correspond to their gender. Trans journalists like Nico Tressa said, "The issue with Bette Midler's post is how the language is directed line from the NYDT op-ed, the power of the paper of record to play on people's fears, insecurities, and lack of proper information creates a space where the idea that trans people are erasing women becomes real." Yes, because it is. That's because it is. That is reality. Notice that if you look at all these people that are actually hideous looking, they're just not attractive. So in order to get points or I feel some type of like accomplishment, by the way, to make them feel good about themselves, they have to join a specific side to make them feel like be known that they're alive or aware. This is part of the reason why people do this. They're actual just bloody lunatics, all of them. But besides just criticizing their looks, which I just did, but again, these people are actually insane. Because, again, you guys can't say about liberation is collective. There is no liberation when you're banning people off of what people are saying. Or trying to switch the name out of women. Because if you're saying birthing people, okay, then why is it just not women? You can't say women and then have birthing people or whatever, right? You have to pick or choose. It is not the first time Midler has waded into the culture war battle, although she generally sticks to the progressive side of the online battle lines. In May, she sparked outrage by responding to the nationwide shortage of baby formula with the message, "Try breastfeeding, it's free and available on demand." I 100% agree. It's also way better for your child. It was immediately met with a wall of criticism from figures as diverse as Stephen Miller, Donald Trump's hardline speechwriter, and John Ulrich's executive producer. Many pointed out that significant percentage of women are unable to breastfeed despite their attempts. One lactation consultant and author Dana put the figure at 12 to 15% of all mothers. Okay. Then just use the bottle. But again, it is way better to breastfeed your children. Just normal. But I agree, you can't, that's not for all women. But again, yes, breastfeed. And there's women that are obviously that don't breastfeed. Others still pointed out that tens of thousands of babies are adopted and others born via surrogates. And gay men, who comprise a huge fraction of Miller's fan base, were also angered by Miller's remark, highlighting that a gay male couple wouldn't be able to breastfeed their baby or toddler. Which further points that these people are lunatics, because if gay men can't breastfeed their children, then how do we make it? And then how do we make it to where women can't do? This is the reason why. Tim Carvalho, the executive producer of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, tweeted, "Imagine having a large gay fan base, many of whom are raising kids in two-dad households, and thinking this is a good suggestion." Miller, the staunchly loyal Trump aide, tweeted in response to Miller, "What a profoundly offensive and ignorant statement. There are countless reasons why breastfeeding is not an option for many mothers. Too many to get into here. And if you've been using formula, you can't just flip a switch, not to mention millions of babies with milk food allergies." Yeah, that's also true again. Alice Hogue, or Elise Hogue, I think that's how you pronounce it. Again, I'm not good with names, guys. Come on, forgive me. Elise, respecting this is a very bad take. I had twins, so I didn't produce milk for both. Without formula, I would have to have chosen which one got to eat. To say nothing of kids that get separated from birth, their mothers, very wrong. Well, I don't know why you're saying birth mothers. What is this? One reply, I love you, beat, but this is not okay. I fought to breastfeed my son, and he kept losing weight despite my best efforts, including lactation experts. It was an emotional and heartbroken. I felt like a failure, and after 3 months switched to formula because of the stress it put on me and my son. Another joke, no biggie beast, just get a wet nurse. Never mind, they charge $1,000 per week, and that's something working families cannot afford, especially in a time where everything costs more. Okay, yeah, I agree. All these people are making very good statements, by the way. Yeah, not everybody can do it. You can just breastfeed your children, though. Again, but I agree, not every woman can do this. Imagine having so this is what everybody's saying here. They're also going to say people are piling on because of a former tweet. No shame if you can't breastfeed, but if you can and are somehow convinced that your own milk isn't as good as a scientifically researched product, that's something else again. The non-bloody news is news to me, though. No lie. Yeah, again, you can, again, I can understand why women would have issues breastfeeding and stuff like that, but at the same time, we also have to understand that, like, yeah, go ahead and give your kids formula if you can't actually breastfeed, but at the same time, you have to understand it's also scientifically proven that the natural breast milk from the women is better than the formula. Aside from the fact that you want to starve babies and accuse anyone who disagrees with you of being a pedophile, Joe Biden actually does have a plan. It's right here. You lying. L.E. Stephan, the Republican House Congress chair, tweeted that Biden has no plan. In response, Miller tweeted a comment from podcast host Tyler Scohan. Aside from the fact that you want to starve babies and accuse anyone who disagrees with you of being a pedophile, Joe Biden, okay, again. It's right, yeah, okay, and you had to link to the White House from Tuesday. So, yeah, again, other stuff. Okay, so yeah, we're seeing the far left obviously come back and fight. The normal-minded people are fighting back against this stuff. Of course, everybody, they're being attacked, but again, we have to understand this is a very low percentage of people that actually think like this. They're just mentally just not there. Whereas everybody else, normal people, think this is insane, and there are people fighting back. And I think everything's going to change within the next 3 to 5 years, give or take. It's just going to take time because people are catching out the lunacy. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Small tipping into the video, guys. I forgot to also do this as well because there was another person that came out that came out before I would like to interrupt here, this little part thing. But another person that ended up doing this was JK Rowling that also came out and did this. She has said, "Today feels like a good day to ensure I bought Macy Gray's Lives entire back catalog, and that's for Macy." I know how to kill what's left of your career, and the Macy Gray says, "Truth hurts," which I would also agree. Sorry guys, I forgot to put that into the video at the very last minute. I wish I did before, but I should have remembered that JK Rowling is also made a remark on this stuff as well. Okay, guys, that's plenty for the video. I apologize, but that will be it. See you all later.